Massive protests have erupted against Pakistan establishment over the mysterious death, which the protesters call a state killing of Baloch rights activist and a pioneer of women's rights in Balochistan, Karima Baloch. Karima, who was living in exile in Canada for over 4 years, had gone missing on 20th December and was found dead the next day in a canal in Toronto. Balochs accused the Pakistan establishment and the deep state of army behind her death.
ये जो दहशतगर्दी है,
इसके पीछे वर्दी है।
ये जो दहशतगर्दी है,
इसके पीछे वर्दी है।
Carrying pictures of Karima Baloch and floats accusing Pakistan establishment of sponsoring her murder in Canada, tens of thousands of demonstrating Balochs are in a state of shock and grief. They say Karima's loss is no short of a devastation in their lives. They have now urged an immediate United Nations intervention into what they call a killing at the behest of Islamabad. Rights activists and observers say that this case is no more of a pattern that involves mysterious deaths of Pakistani dissidents who become a challenge to Islamabad's unbridled human rights violations. And Karima wasn't the first. The ISI and Pakistan Army are accused of eliminating several human rights activists in the past. Sajid Hussain, a Baloch journalist, was found dead earlier this year in similar circumstances in Sweden.
The cold-blooded murder of Baloch leader Banu Karima Baloch is totally unacceptable for Baloch people. It is matter of grave concerns for us that Baloch activists who are not safe in Balochistan and to raise their voice if they leave the country, the ISI goons, their assassins, their target killers, they chase us. They have chased Balochs in Kandahar. You have heard about Gulbahar Bukti and his son. Before that, many Baloch refugees in Afghanistan are target killed. And you have heard about Sajid Hussain. He was an eminent journalist and he was killed mysteriously. Till now, we don't know what happened.
Karima's speeches and appeals had not only resonated with discriminated and deprived Balochs, but she had become a prominent face in the international allies while leading the Baloch movement at the United Nations. Once hailed by BBC as one of the most influential women on earth, Karima was a pioneer of women's rights too. She was a fearless critic of Pakistan establishment and its army. She had also raised apprehensions over a large number of retired Pakistanis settling in Canada. The Canadian police, without really doing a thorough investigation, has ruled out a foul play in her death. Observers have raised doubts on intentions. Amnesty International have sought an effective probe.
A thorough investigation! Investigate! Investigate!
Exiled Balochs in European American countries say they have grown fearful of these systematic attacks and the governments must protect them.
We want justice! We want justice! We want justice!
There must be a thorough investigation because this is something that creating fear among the Baloch diaspora for their safety and security. Because the Baloch, they fled their country to be secure in West and to raise their voice against the injustices that are happening in Balochistan with their people. But now, since the Baloch have become victim of extrajudicial abduction and killing in Western countries like Sweden and Canada, that raises serious concerns.
The Balochs in Pakistan are anyway considered second-class citizens. Over the years, Islamabad has systematically exploited the region of its vast minerals and resources. The locals never received their due. Those who dared to speak against the wrong were silenced. A crackdown was launched against the political activists, prompting many to flee the country and take refuge in West. Those who couldn't escape were subjected to barbarity.
Justice for! Justice for!
Today, Balochistan finds itself among the region with highest number of enforced disappearances. Even the women and children have not been spared. Only those who have fallen in line with Islamabad's oppressive rule are not harmed. Those who have dared to speak have been tortured, imprisoned, or have met the fate similar to Karima Baloch.